Alright guys, in today's video, we are going to focus on how to include widgets to the sidebar of a blog website. And as you know that from the previous video we did before on how to enable a sidebar for your blog website. After enabling the sidebar, then we had this space here. And in this space is where we are going to be adding the widgets into. So we are going to be including widgets into the sidebar and style it appropriately. And for that, I will assume you have logged on to your WordPress dashboard. And if you have done so, just come up here to the toolbar and hover your mouse here on the name of your blog website. Then come back and click on widgets. So now you'll be brought to this place. And this is the widget area of your blog website. And as you can see, this is your main sidebar. And this is where we are going to be including the widgets into so that we can use it to style the sidebar of our blog website. So now as we are here now, what I want you to do is to come here and click on the add block cross icon. Now the first thing we are going to add is a group, and I will advise if you are adding elements to the sidebar of your blog website that you should add them in group by group so that each group will be regarded as a separate widget. So for that, as we are here now, I'll go ahead and select group. Now click on one column group. So now I'll go ahead and click on the add block icon here on the column of the group. Then I'll first of all select heading, and this heading I'm going to call it about me, for example. Then I hit enter on my keyboard so that my mouse will come under the about me heading. Now here I can go ahead and click on this cross icon, but I want to hasten it, so I'm going to type /. Now go ahead and select image element. Now, and because I have the image of my media library. So for that, I'll go ahead and click on media library. But if you have it on your PC, you can go ahead and click on upload to upload it from your PC. So I'm going to go ahead and click on media library here. Then select the image I want to use and come down and click on select. Now, perfect. So now after this, the next thing I am going to do is to come up here and click on the cross add elements icon. Then I select heading, and the heading will be under this image, as you can see here. So I'm going to give it my name as a title, okay? So now I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard to come under this heading. Then under this heading now, I'm going to include a paragraph that will represent a little write-up like a bio of me. So I'm just going to paste it here. So now good. So the next thing is, let's first of all come here and click on this list view. And as you know, in the previous we did, what we see here before was document overview. But now we see list view. And now as it expands, as you can see that this is the main sidebar. And inside the main sidebar, we have group. And inside that group, we have about me. Under about me, we have image. And under image, we have paragraph. So what I'm going to do now is to style them. So now here on the list view, I'm going to select the group. Then come over here to the right panel and click on the styles tab. Now come down and click on the background color palette. Then I'm going to give it any background color of my choice, like for example this one. So now the next thing I am going to do after giving it this background color is to scroll down to this place to block spacing. So I'll make it something like 1. Okay, so perfect. And now as the size of this image is big, and that is not the size I want to make use of, I want to make use of a size like a thumbnail. So for that, I will click on the image here, or you select it from the list view here. So as it's now selected, I will come down to resolution, then toggle the select input and select thumbnail. Now good. But if the size of the image you are using is already in thumbnail, then you can leave it like that, except if you want to make use of the large size. So now moving forward, so now the next thing I'm going to do is to come up here now. As long as the image is still selected, I click on the styles tab, then I select rounded. Now perfect. And in that same hand, I will come up to the toolbar here and click on this align icon, then align it to the center. So now what I'm going to do is to give all this text, the heading and the paragraph, a color. So for that, I first of all come up here and click on this heading about me. Then I will come over to the right panel and click on the text color palette. Now I make this one white. And in that same hand, I come down and click on this my name here, this heading, my name here. Then I'll first of all come up to the toolbar and click on the align text icon, then align it to the center. Now I come to the right panel here and click on the text color palette. Now I will give it a white text color. And same thing on the paragraph. I will just click on it or select it here. Then come over to the right panel and click on the text color palette and make it white color also. Then I will also align the paragraph to the center by coming up to the toolbar and click on the align text icon, then align it to the center. Now let's come up here now and click on update so that you can go back to our website and see how it looks. So here on our website, you click on any single blog post, and as you can see, this is how it's looking. This is the first widget that contains your bio here on your sidebar. So perfect. But let's suppose you want to add a social icon down here. So for that, if you come back to this place now, then what I'm going to do is to click at the end of this paragraph and hit enter on my keyboard. So now as I hit enter, I'm going to click on this cross add block icon. Now I search for social. So that is it here, social icons. You click on it, then it will be active here. Then on the section of that social icons, you see this plus sign. Just click on it, then you can be able to select any social media icon of your choice. Like for example, I want to add Facebook. I will just click on it. Then you see it will be active here. If you want to add another one, then you click on that social icons. Then you see the plus icon again. Just click on it and select other social media icon of your choice. So same thing, if you want to add another one, you click on it. You click on the plus icon, then you add another one. Now, the next thing you are going to do is to go ahead and add your social media account URL. Like for example, if you want to add the URL of your Facebook page, you can just click on the Facebook icon, then enter your URL here. Like if I want to enter mine, I will say www.facebook.com/tech future skills. Then once that is done, you hit enter on your keyboard, and that is the same thing with all this. So you can go ahead and add the URL of your other social media icons. Okay, so now after that, I will come up here and click on the social icons here. Now I have selected the whole section, the whole block. Then I will come here to the layout here under justification. I will click justify items center. So now you see they are now justified or aligned to the center. Then in that same hand, you can come down on the settings and choose if you want it to open in a new tab or also show labels. Like if I happen to switch on the show labels here, and with that you can also come here and click on the styles tab. You can select if it's going to be logos only or fill shape, whichever one of your choice. And since I do not want to make use of the labels, so I will just switch it off. Now if you happen to come up here now and click on update and go back to that particular page, then here refresh the page, then you can see this is the social icons. So if you want to make use of it, you can go ahead and use it. But if you don't want to make use of it, you can just come back here and delete it. Okay, so for that, I'm going to click on the group here. That is the group that harbors all these elements here, and you can see all the elements inside it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on these three dots hamburger options for group. Then come down and click on rename. Now I'm going to call it about me. Then I come down and click on save. Now perfect. The about me widget group in the sidebar of your blog website is now completed. Now what I'm going to do again is to add another group under this about me. So for that, I will make sure that I click on this about me. Then as it's selected now, then I will come up here and click on the cross element icon. Now come down and choose another group. Here is it. I click on it, then it will be active under here. Now go ahead and select one column group. Now I'll go ahead and click on the cross icon inside the group. Then first of all, select heading, and on this heading, I'm going to call it latest post. Now I'll hit enter on my keyboard because under this latest post heading, I want to add the latest post content. So now what I'm going to do is to come up here and click on this cross element icon. Now come down to widgets. I'm going to select latest post. Now as you can see, it has been inserted here. These are your latest post. Then you can come over to the right panel here and switch on the featured image. Now you see this is how it looks. You can also switch on the post content. You see the except of the post. Okay, so whichever thing you want to do, or display author name or display post date, and all this you can do them as well. Or you can also come down to image alignment and align it left or to whichever side of your choice. Or maybe that you want this image to be a little bit bigger than as it is now. You can just come up here and click on the styles tab. Then on the size you can select maybe large or whichever size of your choice. Okay, but let's suppose you don't need it this way, that you want to do it the custom way, like creating it yourself. So what we are going to do is to select these options of the latest post and come down and delete this one. So what I'm going to do now is hit enter on my keyboard to come under the heading of the latest post. Now I will come up here and click on the cross element icon, then come down to block C. Here on the block C, I am going to select advanced post. Now as you can see, this is the section, and as it says from here, inherit from customizer, choose pattern or create custom layout. If you choose inherit from customizer, this is how it's going to look. For me, it doesn't really look good for me. So instead of choosing inherit from customizer, because if you choose this, it's not going to look nice. So that is why I will come over and select create custom layout. So just click on it. So once you click on it, it will insert all the latest posts you have here. Then, but let's just say that we don't need the date, the published date to be here. So we can just click on it, then come up here and click on the three dots hamburger options and come down to delete it. And same thing maybe on the content here, that we don't need it to display. So we can just do the same. Come over here and click and come down to delete it, leaving only the headings of the latest post. So now we are going to go ahead and customize it ourselves. So now what I'm going to do, making sure that I click on this first heading of the latest post here. Now I will come up here and click on the cross element icon. Now I'm going to come down and choose group. Then on this group, we are going to choose these two columns, arrange blocks horizontally group here, the center one. So I just click and select it and click and select it again. Now you see it here. So now what I'm going to do is to click on the add block icon here on the two columns under the heading. Now I'll come down and click on the browser. Then now I will come down to blocks here. I will choose dynamic data, because what I want to do is to include the featured image of all these latest posts, but it's not by including them one by one. I will use a dynamic data element to insert them automatically and choose the exact featured image of each particular post. Okay, so now I click on dynamic data. You will see it added here. That is it, dynamic title. As it is still active, I'm going to come over here to the right panel here. Here on the content source, I will expand it, then come down and choose featured image. Now you can see the featured image of all the latest blog posts you have here. Okay, so now after that, I will come down here on the image settings, here on the width and height, because I want this image to be like 30% of this entire box. So for that, what I'm going to do, as I am here in the width input, I will first of all click on the pixels here, as you can see it here. Then I will change it to percentage. Now on the input, now I will say I want it to be 30%. Just as you can see, it becomes 30% of the entire width of this box. Okay, so now the next thing I am going to do is to make the headings, the titles, to be by the right here. So for that, what I'm going to do is to come up here and click on the list view icon. So now here, as you can see, this is the dynamic title, and this is the row, and this is the dynamic featured image. What I'm going to do now is to click and drag this dynamic title and place it under this dynamic featured image. It is now floated to the right side of the featured image. So the reason why it's rearranged like this is because, like on this row now, if I click it now, you can see that we chose to arrange the blocks horizontally here. So now the next thing I am going going to do is to reduce the size of all these titles as they are bigger. So what I'm going to do is here on the list view, I'll come down and click on the dynamic title. Then you will see the toolbar up here. Then I'll come up to the toolbar and click on the H2. Now come down and select H4. So perfect. Now let's click on update and go back to our website and see how it looks on our website. So back here on your website, if you happen to refresh this page now, then scroll down, you can see the latest post under here. So as you can see, this is how it's looking for now, but we are not done yet, because if you come over here now, it's supposed that when you click on it, it will take you to that particular single page of this post or each post you click. So for that, we are going to include a link to it. So that is why I'll come back to here. So back here, what I'm going to do, as you can see that the title is still selected, I'll come here under the content source. I will switch on this link to post, and in that same hand, I will click on the dynamic featured image. I will also switch on the link to post. Now if you come up here now and click on update, then go back to that page again and refresh the page. So now as you can see, if you click on the title of the blog post, then it will take you to that particular page, or you also click on the image of that particular blog post, then it will take you to the single page of that particular blog post. So perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do, as you see here, that the image is not aligned perfectly with the text, because they should be aligned the same height and width. And at the same hand, I will also give this section, this widget, a background color. So for that, I come back here now. First of all, before I align the text properly, let me first of all give this group a background color. So for that, I come over here to the list view and select the group. Now come over here to the right panel and click on the styles tab. Then come down and click on the background color palette. Now I'm going to give it any background color of my choice. Like for example, I select this. Okay, let's leave it like this for the sake of this tutorial. But if you like, you can select any color of your choice. Okay, so now the next thing is to define the uniform size of these headings of this latest blog post, because we have defined the sizes of the images, but we haven't done that with the titles. So that is why the title is taking the space of the image. So now here, I'm going to select the dynamic title here. Now click on the styles tab and come down here on the dimensions. I'm going to say that it's fixed. So the fixed being selected, what I'm going to do is to specify a fixed width for this particular title. And as you remembered that in the dynamic featured image, that we gave it a width of 30% of this entire block. So let me just make it example 35%. Okay. So now coming back to the dynamic title here, as you see that here that I have to specify a fixed width. So what I'm going to do is, because I have given the featured image 35%, so I'm going to give these titles 65%. So what I'm going to do is to make 100 minus 35 is 65, because this entire box is regarded as 100%. Then if you minus the 35% of the featured image, now it will be left 65%, and that is what I'm going to add here. But before I add it, I'll first of all click on this pixel and change it to percentage. Now I can say 65. So perfect, as you can see now. So with this being done now, if I come up here now and click on update, then let's go back to that particular page and refresh the browser here. Now, just as you can see, this is how it's looking. It's looking perfectly okay. But one thing is that we need to reduce the size of the text. And that is why if I come back here now, so back here, as the dynamic title is still selected, that is why you see the toolbar up here. Remember, we made it H4. So, but now I'm going to click on the H4 and change it to, let's say, for example, to H6. Now, come up and hit on update again and go back to that your website and refresh the page. Now, just as you can see, this is how it's looking now, as the text and the featured image has been aligned properly, just as you can see. So now, perfect. We are fully done with this latest post widget here on our sidebar. Now, what I'm going to do again is to add another widget under this latest post. And this widget that I'm going to add as regards to the travel blog websites we are using as an example for this tutorial, I will add destinations under here. So for that, I come back here now. Here now, first of all, let me toggle this group up. Then I click on the group and click on the three dots options for the group. Then come down and click on rename. Now I'm going to call this one latest post. Now come down and click on save. So as you can see, we are fully done with this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to make sure I click on the latest post group as it's selected, and because I want to add another group, and the group I want to add, I want it to be under this latest post group. So that is why I click on it first. Now I'm going to come up here and click on the cross element icon. Now I'm going to go down to design and search for group. Okay, that is it here. I will select it, group. Now it will be added under here, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and select one column group. So now on the group, I'm going to click on the add block cross icon. Now, first of all, I select heading, and this heading, I'm going to call it destinations. So perfect. Now, after adding the heading of these destinations, which is destinations, I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard to come under it, because under it is where I'm going to add the columns that will display the destinations of this blog website as regards to the places you have visited or you have talked about in your blog articles. So now under here, like I mentioned earlier, that I'll be adding the columns of the destinations. So the destinations we are going to add is like if you go to our website right now, you can see here on the destinations. These are all the destinations I want to display there. But we are going to create a separate menu for it, because if we use this particular menu now, then it's going to display all the pages you have on your blog website. But we don't want it like that. We want to display only the destinations. So that is why if I come back here now, so back here, I'm going to create a different menu for this. So before I do that, I will first of all come up here and click on update to save what I have done already here. Now I can come here now by the left panel here now. Under appearance, I will come down and click on menus. Now we'll be brought to the menus section. Now as you see here, this is the first menu we have that displays all these menus here on our website, and that is our primary main menu. So back here now, I'm going to go ahead and create a new menu that will be for the sidebar. So that is why I will first of all come here and click on create a new menu. Then you come down here on the menu structure and give your menu a name. Then I will call the name, for the sake of this tutorial, I will call it sidebar destination menu. Okay. Now come down and click on create menu. Now you have created the sidebar destination menu. Then what we are going to do right now is to come over here to the left panel and expand these destinations. But if you did not see this destination tool here, then you come up here and click on screen options and make sure that this is checked. So toggling it up again. So now once you expand it open, you click on view all so that they will all be in order. Now you come down and click on select all, because we want to add all the destinations. Then now come down and click on add to menu. Now you can see all the destinations you have on your blog website as regards to the travel blog website we are using as an example in this tutorial. So as you can see all of them here, all you need to do is to go ahead and arrange them properly. So we are going to go ahead to start arranging them. So to go ahead, Africa is a parent category and Biafra is under Africa as a subcategory. So as you can see the way I am arranging them, okay, Ubdu Ranch is under Cross River as a subcategory of Cross River. Enugu is under Biafra as a subcategory of Biafra. So you see it will be under, as you can see the lines. Okay, so that is how you go on and arrange your categories with its subcategories and the subcategories of the subcategories. So arrange them properly, because I'm going to arrange my own off camera right now. Okay, so that we can hasten this tutorial. So now once you are done arranging them, what you are going to do is to come down and click on save menu. Now the next thing you are going to do is to come over here and click on the widgets. Now back here on the widgets, you come down here. Now under this destinations heading, which is where we are going to add the widget that contains that sidebar destinations menu. So I click here, then I'm going to come up here and click on the element widget icon. Then I search for navigation menus. That is it here. I click on it, then it will be active here. Then I come down here. Then on the title, because I have given it a heading, I will not give it a title here so that it will not be double. But I will come down to select menu, expand it. Now you will see the sidebar destination menu. Just select it, then come up here now and click on update. Then go back to your website. Here now, refresh this page. Now you will see the destinations under here as they lined up accordingly. Then let's go back to our widget area again. So now back here, what I'm going to do is to give this destination menu a background color. And I'm going to give it the same background color of this latest post widget. So if I come back here now, I'm going to come up here and click on the list view. Then I'll first of all click on the latest post widget. Now come here and click on the style tab. Then come down and click on the background color palette. Then copy the color code here. Now come down and click on the group that contains the destinations, which is the destinations widget. Then come here and click on the styles tab. Then come down and click on the background color palette. Now click on this color box and paste it here. So perfect. Now come up here and click on update. Let's go back to our website and see how it looks. Now refresh this page. So now you can see the background color has been added. Now the next thing, so let's say that I want to add another widget under these destinations. Let's say maybe I want to add the categories under here. So for that, if I come back here on my widget area now, what I'm going to do is that instead of me creating this group as a widget from scratch, then I will duplicate this because this is the destinations widget group. So as it's selected, I will come here on the three dot options for the group and click, then duplicate it. And now under here, you can see the duplicate. So I will expand it. Now first on the heading, which is still destinations, I will click on it, then change it to categories, for example. Okay, then I will delete this element, the legacy widgets. I will click on the three dot hamburger icon, come down and click on delete, then it will be removed. Now I am going to add the categories list under this categories heading. So for that, I'll click on the category here, then hit enter on my keyboard to come under it. Now under it here, now what I'm going to do is to come up here and click on the element toggle icon. Now I'm going to search for categories. So that is it here, the categories list. Just click on it and you see it active here. Now if you come over here to the right panel here, you can come down here and switch on this show hierarchy so that it will also show the subcategories. Then after that, you can now come up here and click on update. So now, if you go back to your website right now, here now refresh this page, then you will see the categories widget here. So perfect. Now the bonus thing I'm going to show you in this video is the last thing we are going to use to close off this tutorial. And that is, let's say for example, you have signed up with some affiliate companies, affiliate programs to display their adverts on the sidebar of your blog website. Or maybe that you have applied for Google AdSense and you were accepted. Now you want to include those adverts to the sidebar of your blog website. So in this case, how do you do that? Come, let me show you. Let's come back to our widgets area here. So back here, like I said shortly, that you have been accepted into Google AdSense. Now when they accept you, that is a code they will give to you that you will place on your website. And with that, it will display their banners, the banners of all the adverts they include in that code. So in that case, when you get that code from them, if you come back here now, you come here now and click on this add block cross icon. Now you search for HTML. Now that is it here, custom HTML. You just click on it and it will be active. And this is where you are going to paste the code you got from that your affiliate program or you got from Google AdSense. So with that, after you must have pasted it here, you can come up and click on update. Now if you come over to your website, you will see it under here. Okay, so that is how it works. And with that, that brings us to the end of this particular video today. Then in the next video, I am going to show you how to include a subscribe button to your blog website. As you see in other social media, now someone can come to, for example, to your YouTube channel and click on that subscribe button and subscribe to your channel. We still have the same that you can implement in your blog website, which sometimes we call newsletters. And I know you have come across so many websites or so many blog websites that have a newsletter form where you can fill in your email address and subscribe to their website, be it a blog website or online shop. So in the next video, I am going to show you how to implement that on your blog website. So until then, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next videos.